Pittsburgh Public Schools is pleased to share a new report with you. It's called The State of Our Schools. This report is part of our district's ongoing effort to improve performance and achieve the best possible outcomes for our students. It gives us a 360-degree view of each of our schools, showing us where we are and where we need to go. Since this may be the first time you're seeing this report, we thought it would be helpful to explain how to read it. First off, the report is grouped by grade configurations. The title tells you this is an example of a 6 to 12 school. This star tells you that this is a star school, which means it ranked in the top 25% of schools in the state based on student growth. There's a lot of information to consider. That's why we've selected key data points that show how well we are doing in 12 specific areas that align to our 3 district goals. These rows and columns are the same on every school chart. Let's look at the first section. It shows us how well this school is meeting the district's #1 goal, accelerating student achievement. The first row shows the school's proficiency levels in reading and math based on state assessments. We see 66.9% of students scored proficient or advanced in reading. The arrow tells you the score is down from the previous year. You'll also see that 62% of students scored proficient or advanced in math. The up arrow symbolizes an improvement from last year. See the yellow boxes? That means the school scored between 50 and 74% proficient or advanced. The boxes would have been green if the scores were higher, and red if they were lower. If you look down the rows, you'll see other categories, like this school's AYP status, graduation rate, and the number of seniors who were Promise Ready. You'll also see a row that shows student academic growth based on value-added measures, or what we call VAM. So no matter where a student starts the school year in terms of achievement levels, we want to see how much that student grows. We know not all students start at the same place, but regardless of where they start, we want to ensure we grow the kids as much as possible. The second section of the report focuses on how well the school is meeting the district's goal of eliminating racial disparities. We know that in our district, 57% of students are African American, and the achievement level of these students is, on average, lower than other students. You can see the difference between white and African American students at the school who scored proficient or advanced on PSSA math or reading exams during the 2011-12 school year. You can also see the difference in graduation rates. The numbers and the red color show you that this school has some work to do in closing the achievement gap. In Section 3, we're looking at how well the school is meeting our district goal of becoming a district of first choice. This is important because we know in these changing times we must be competitive, innovative, and financially responsible, so families will choose to send their children to Pittsburgh Public instead of private or charter schools. We conducted surveys amongst 3 important groups. The first row tells us how students perceive the school. The second shows how teachers and paraprofessionals rate the school's teaching and learning environment. And the third row tells us how parents responded to one particular question in our annual parent survey. You might be wondering what the district is going to do with all this data. The feedback that we are getting is being used by principals and school-based leadership teams to create school plans to improve the learning environment, improve teacher effectiveness, and better student outcomes. But we also need our parents, families, and the community to be more involved. You will see only 8% of parents or guardians from the school completed our annual parent survey, and district-wide, only 14% participated. To get an accurate view of the schools, we must hear from all of our parents. In April, keep an eye out for the parent survey in the mail. In addition, this school has a high rate of chronically absent students. By chronically absent, we mean the percentage of students who miss 10% or more days of school. When this number is low, like it is here, it impacts learning for everyone. The absent children miss out on learning, and when they return to school, the class is disrupted. Teachers often must reteach material, and other students don't have the chance to move forward. Missing school also impacts a student's eligibility for the Pittsburgh Promise Scholarship. So how is your child's school doing? After looking at all the data, think about how different points are connected and what information you can get when you make those connections. For example, look at lines 1 and 2 together with line 5. Although achievement is not as high as we would like, the school is making significant contributions to student growth. That means that even though students may not reach proficiency, they have made significant gains compared to where they started. This is progress. Please take the time to look at the report for your child's school. Feel free to discuss the results with your principal or bring it up at your next PSCC meeting. Information like you see here is just the beginning. The district plans to share more with you as it becomes available, and our journey to excellence for all continues.